Hey there everybody, and welcome back for one of the last Sundays in the garden that's going to be outside checking out these gardens. Gonna have to be moving in here pretty soon. It's the 17th of September 2017 and my tablet says the temperatures are going to be dropping to minus in well, the next few days. So basically it's time to take them in if they're going in and clip them and flip them and just pray for the rest. Let's take a look at what's going on. Fall might be real pretty as far as the leaves changing color and everything, but really does not help my hot peppers grow much. Now as we look through here really quickly, you may notice some craters. Those guys are already, well, downstairs. I haven't made my garlic spray yet, but it's coming soon. And a lot of these other ones I wanted to keep, right? But they got so much fruit on them. And I was just really worried about how they'd survive with the transplant. So today, got my painter's tape out. We're gonna make little labels, clip them, label them so I know it's drying, flip them and hang them downstairs in the dungeon to ripen up that way. Seemed to work last year. So, better get started. This here is one of the crimson red peppers. It's another one of it there. These things are fantastic. I love the rust color they take after they're dried, assuming they were fully ripened first, but yeah. So we'll clip a few of these, label them up, get headed downstairs, and then I'll show you what's going on with the peppers that made it inside. So looking at it here in the sunlight, we can see there are a few really nicely sized peppers on these crimson red plants. They just didn't get quite enough of a season to go all the way for me. They should ripen up downstairs though, based on last season's results. So, yeah, time to harvest. Alright, so maybe those little painter's tape labels were a better idea in my head than they are in reality, but I can still kind of keep track of what's ripening up hanging from the rafters. So, I guess it'll help a little bit. Well, I was about to clip and label this one, but it looks like these 4 peppers are really the only ones it produced all season. Was kind of getting started on another batch, but we don't have time for that. So $2 for 4 peppers, not entirely sure that was a good investment. Cheaper to just start them from seeds. Oh well, at least I can put these in a paper bag and call them done. Here's that Sugar Rush cream that was growing in the side gardens. I don't know if I should expect much more color on these or not, but I figure I'll hang it anyway. And I don't know, just keep them around for a bit that way, I guess. Hanging out with the others. Aside from the fact that none of these actually got ripe in time, I'm pretty impressed with this candy apple. That's the most productive I've ever had a bell pepper be for me. As the wind kicks up. See, the Cajun Bell did alright, I guess. A couple for now, a few for later as they ripen up. Might be worth trying to grow some of these next year. See, here's what I'm going to hang from the Sugar Rush peach out front. I don't think that's necessarily taken the right color yet, so hanging it sounds about right, but it sure put on the peppers for me. So, guess I'll try and save a few seeds from this. Might just have a lot of freaks growing next year. Well, nothing new in that, is there? Alright, carrying on. Sun's jumping in and out from behind clouds, so the lighting keeps changing, but that's quite the pile of pepper plants to be hanging downstairs. Still got a few more to bring. Alright, that's as big as my early cantaloupe ever got. Might just bring this one in today and cut it open, see how it did. Undecided. It did put on a few as we got later in the season, so I don't know. This early cantaloupe might be a good choice for somewhere a couple more degrees south of where we're at, but like I say, probably find out how that one did either way. Did better than the watermelons. Pumpkins never did turn red, nor did the vast majority of this year's tomatoes. A lot of weight though. Knocked that cage right over. Might just try and hang those and see if they ripen up on the plant downstairs too. Worth a try, worth a try. Was really hoping this indigo rose would produce a couple of ripe ones. Get some good solid seeds, because a few of you have asked. But, unfortunately, all I'm seeing on there is purple. No deep red to go with it, so not sure I would trust those seeds to send them. Sorry. Alright, well now I gotta figure out where I'm gonna hang all those clip plants downstairs, and while we're down there I'll show you the plants that I already brought in yesterday. Hopefully some of them, maybe even all of them, will make it. Yeah, hopefully. So here we are back down in the dungeon where for the most part it was kind of shut down. I just got a couple of house plants hanging out here on the one shelf. No seeds starting yet. And this poor hydroponic garden. Yeah, I have not paid anywhere near enough attention to the pH and the nutrients and all the stuff that goes with this. And aside from the oregano, which seems to be just loving life in general, this poor garden has, well, let's just say, suffered. I am toying with the idea of bringing in a couple of those pepper plants and basically cleaning off the roots like I would for the aquaponic garden, transplanting them into these containers here, and maybe keeping them alive that way. I just don't know. But otherwise I'm pretty much running out of space, because under the second fluorescent we have, this is the El Oro de Ecuador that was growing in the side garden. It's totally loaded with fruit. It's a massive, beautiful plant that would, you know, threaten to take over first place for largest plant from that sand dollar if it can survive. So I've got it in a bucket, in a 3-gallon bucket. Hopefully it will make it. Beside that here we've got the M.A. Wartrix. Had a couple of peppers on there. Not enough that I was worried about them really stressing it. More than the change in light and temperature and absolutely everything else is going to. Yeah. Got a Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpion here. All of these I think are going to need to be trimmed back just to kind of encourage growth of new leaves that will be growing under this light. I'm pretty sure that's how this works. It's one of the habaneros I got. This was from the Home Hardware, $2 start. I really liked the shape of this one though, so I brought it down. And then we've got the garden salsa here, because this is a very, very productive plant. And I would be quite curious to see what happens with a second year of growth, you know, monster thing. Yeah, a lot of potential there. Over here I got a fancy new light. Thing cost like 150 bucks. It was stupid, but it's a proper quote-unquote professional grow light for those that do medicinal stuff. I figure it'll go for me because, you know, I'm growing peppers to keep myself healthy. Here are the two reapers. They've lost a lot of leaves since they've come inside. They are not looking happy at all, but I'm hoping that's the transfer and not the light. Would hate to have wasted all that money. There's the Devil's Heart pepper from outside. Again, touch it and the leaves are falling off. That initial transfer is not great. This little tiny sprig of a thing is the Tabasco. Figured why not? Besides, got a tiny pot anyway, right? So yeah, kind of testing bringing them indoors. Kind of testing this, what is it? It's a Mars Hydro light. Runs at about 100 watts apparently. Simulates, I think it's 240 watts. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. This is with just the veg or the growth switch on. There's also a bloom switch on the light here, which changes the spectrum a wee bit there. But I want the plants to grow overall rather than focusing on fruiting like it's fall. So, yeah, just growth. I don't know. Perhaps if you have any experience with these professional LED growing lights, you can let me know what I should be doing there. But, yeah. Enough of the finer things in life, though. I guess I need to be putting in some screws so I can hang all these plants from the rafters and try drying up some peppers. Alright, well I got all 10 of those hung up and ready to ripen, not dry, ripen. And we can finally answer the age-old question of what would a vegetarian's trophy rack look like. Something like that, I guess. All the kills hanging neatly in a row. Anyway, so there we are. The clip it and flip it, also known as Kentucky harvest of this year's peppers. Yeah, and that's a wrap. So thanks for joining me, everybody. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful week ahead of you. And whatever you're growing, good luck in your garden. It's getting chilly out there.